I'm going to start this video off with an apology. And the apology is, it's Friday. I'm filming and it's Friday. Friday is normally upload day and I've normally got a video done by today. Well, I haven't, you know. I've been working a lot this week and I've been over in Manchester, which is 60 miles away from where I actually live, and been travelling back and forth every day. And by the time I get back on an evening, just can't do it. You know, just too tired. So Friday, it is Friday today. I've been to Manchester today, but I'm back from work and I'm filming the video ready for upload as soon as it's ready, which unfortunately is not tonight. Not that you guys would know that because you're watching the video when it's been released. So what am I doing today? I'm working on the Corsa. Yeah, I got some service bits. I just chucked it all there. Pick all these up. You can tell I've been down for it, can't you? Let's bring it. Oh, shit. I try not to swear on camera then, but still swore. Like I didn't know any of the words. Oh, bloody hell. This is what we're on with, guys. Freaking hell. So we have a freaking air filter. We have. Apparently that's going to be really good for my wheels, I don't know. That's for the Focus, not for the Corsa. Some plugs. I never even realised they're freaking Super 4s. Bosch Super 4s and a 1.2. Crikey me. No wonder they were pretty expensive. And an oil filter. No idea if it's the right one or not. Well, I don't even find out when I'm freaking doing it. Oh, and the oil. Get rid of that. So that's what we have today. So here she is in the air, ready for a service. I reckon I've got 4 videos left to film on her. Maybe 5. So if I tell you what they are, you can tell me if you've got any other ideas. So video ideas. Well, service, the manifold, cat, stud, whatever you want to call it, the engine management light and the lambda sensor. I'm going to wash it and stick some wheel trims on it, that's 4, and tighten the handbrake up. I think that's 5 videos. It's hard to work out where my hand's facing. There we go, 5 videos. So normally I like to start by dropping the oil, but I never actually emptied my pan from the last one I serviced. I still have all the service bits there. So make sure you dispose of your oil in an environmentally friendly manner. Boring thing is, I've just poured the oil pan into that bottle, which might I point out is a 2-litre bottle. The level only came to there. That's all that came out of my partner's Yaris. But it should have like 4 in. No, 3.5 I think it should have in. It's a good litre less than what it should have. Oh dear. In fact, hang on. That's what, that was a 5-litre bottle. And that's where roughly I poured into, you know. So there's a good, near enough 4 litres gone in there. 3.5, 4 litres. Yeah, I only got 2 out. You can tell she didn't look after that one. Anyway, on to the Corsa now. Time to get underneath and drain this oil out. So we're back under the belly of the beast. For those of you who were wondering, yes, that is still sealed. And no, it is not blowing, but I will fix it in one of the next videos, because enough of you complained about it. Oh, I'm a bit out of breath. Is that warm? A little bit. Now, you take a look there, if I get the camera. Look at that lambda sensor. I'm sure that's not in the threads right. It looks like it's sticking up. There's obviously something wrong there with that lambda sensor. Can't tell what it is. Anywho, we're under here for the oil. So we can see that that's been mashed to hell. But I have the right Torx bit on the end of this ratchet. Now this is one of the first Torx bits I bought that was separate, that didn't come in a set. All those years ago when I had my first Mark IV Astra. So it's quite an old one. But I'm hoping it's still going to do the trick. So it was pretty chewed up before. And that might have been partially my fault because I put a T40 in it. It's actually a T45. So I hammered that in. still doesn't want to budge much, and I'm so scared now because it's quite loose. Oh, there we go. Wow. I'm going to have a look at this bolt when I get it out. So now it's just time to make sure the bolt is lined up underneath. I've still got no idea if it's lined up underneath. See how much oil actually drops out. I see this has either been dropped in the bowl or... Ready? Go. Ah, look, my fingers, my fingers! Anyway, we'll let that drain out now. So the oil, when it was on my fingers, looked quite brown, which means it looks quite new. Some of you may be wondering, why does it look like that? I think that's been leaking oil at a really high rate. The guy was always topping it up with fresh oil. So the oil never really stayed in it that long. So it's not bad, but you know, we need to service the engine because it's been 2 years. The filter's still 2 years old. I can just say it trickling now. The filter's still 2 years old, so it's done 2 years of filtering oil, but the oil itself isn't that bad. That's 1040. I'm sticking 530 in it because that's what's recommended to me, 530. I'm hoping that's also going to help with the engine noise and keep it a bit quieter. But we shall see. It's still usable, barely. But I hammered the T45 socket in there anyway to make all the teeth and that of the actual joint look a bit better. So it'll work fine. I've cleaned it up, ready to go back in. Just gonna let that finish dribbing. It's still doing a lot of dribs, so I'm gonna leave it for the minute, still dribbing out, just because it's basically dribbing out the wrong oil intake. It's the wrong thickness, so may as well let as much of it as possible come out. As you can see, drip, drip, drip. So may as well move on to like the air filter and the plugs. So here with the mighty beast of the 1.2. Oil cap's wrong way around. So airbox has got of this one. My screwdriver don't fit. Oh, there we go. Has a posi screws. Don't know if they come all the way out or what. Do they come out? Do they lift? No, they stay out like that. There's one there, one there. One under that pipe in that corner. One's under there. Clip there. You push that tab there, and then another push tab just there. I'll undo them and we'll have a look at this filter. Lid won't come off because there's another screw there, and by looking at the state of that screw head, I don't think it's been off in a while, so this filter could be pretty bad. So I tried to use an impact driver and a hammer, but it's that knackered it won't work. The time to use the camera. Hang on, zoom out the camera. Zoom out the camera. That's him. Zoom out. Use the big gun. We'll just draw the head off. I literally stopped the camera and yeah. We melted through the plastic. That's one way to do it, I suppose. Here we have the air filter. Oh, look at the dust. Oh, look how knackered that is. Oh, crikey me. Oh, it's crap. That is well and truly knackered. I'll bin that one now. Time to bin that one. Thank you, drill. Get up the screw. I was trying to cut through it, you know, as you could see, but ended up melting the plastic around it, which still worked. I'm fine with that. So here we have a bottom of a vauxhall airbox. Now, a trick I learned when I was growing up, when I had masters and stuff like that, is obviously your air filter sits here. If you cut out this hole there, just that like triangle shape, and I suppose if you really wanted you could cut some out here on the front. Anything that's preferably that side because it's in the inner wing and it's under the filter, it's still going to suck relatively cold air in from, like, you know, underneath the headlight and the arch and that, but it'll give you a little bit of induction noise. You know, you'll get a little bit of a grrr only a little bit, but that might be all you need for all I know. I get crap down there. There's a BB bullet down there, look, that white one. Yeah, it sucks everything up. So if you wanted some induction noise but still wanted to use the original airbox, maybe you put like a K and an air filter in or something like that. Draw that side out and maybe that side out. Anything that's underneath the filter, I suppose if you really wanted to be sad, you could have not a bottom of a box and some tie wrap it ghetto style, I don't know. But that's what you could do. So let's get this new air filter. Time to do the usual compare the air filters. There you go, new and old. Clean side, dirty side, new and old. It's almost like I think I need to do like an obligatory thumbnail selfie. Hang on. And if I can do it with this camera. Should go something like that. Or maybe look away. Like that. That could be the thumbnail right there. I don't know. Right, anyway. Out with the old, in with the new. Just like that. Just like that. Airbox. Airbox. Move that pipe out of the way a little bit. Hard to do with one hand, hold on. Push the MAF sensor back in. In case any of you didn't know, that's your mass airflow sensor. So if you ever get like an error message, check your cable or your plug or something like that, you know. Or it could be faulty or dirty. Nice one to clean. Quickly nail this one up. I do like working on vauxhalls. It's been a while. Sweet! So, airbox is done and dusted. We've got a new filter in there. Time to do the spark plug tray covers. There we go. I knew I did it one way. Dead easy to do the spark plugs on here. You can undo that and undo that one, which looks like maybe a T20, T25. You can take the plug off at the end. Coil pack comes off, and 1, 2, 3, 4 plugs, dead easy. So let's get these out. I was wrong. They're a T30. Coil pack is disconnected. How tight is it? Not very good. Shouldn't be tight. No. There we go. Never good when you lose bits. Oh, it comes up from this side. Try and grab it somewhere else. Oh, you can pry it. I just don't like prying it. Oh, there we go. There we go. One coil pack, and more importantly, one dry coil pack. Yeah, all of them are dry. So there's no oil leak on the inside of there, which is good because it was pretty messy. Put that somewhere safe because they can be quite expensive. And let's get these plugs out. So now it's time to do what we always do when we do spark plugs. Old NGKs, pretty worn. New Bosch Super 4s. And in case you're wondering why they're called Super 4s, I can't get in the freaking packet, give me a second. Please don't use knives if you're a child or your name's Bluudys. Remember, always wear protection. So, why are they called Bosch Super 4s? Oh, I hit the camera, sorry guys. Right, so the original NGKs, as you can see, they have one arm and one node. They've been in there a while because that's a pretty big gap as well. Well, I think it is. Bosch Super 4s. Probably better if I put it like that. 1 arm, 4 arms. Not a forearm, but 4 arms that go to the node. Don't know if it's is it made of a different material? No, it's not English. English, German, French, English. The ignition spark itself, so Way chooses the best route for the spark from any of the 4 ground electrodes to the centre electrode. They are, so it has 4 choices to go down. So theoretically it's still only going to shoot from 1, but it has 4 to choose from. So it should last longer hopefully as well. Protection from damage from the engine and the catalyst, improved acceleration and superior starting performance. Sweet! Smooth, quiet running and superior engine flexibility. Well, it's made out of steel, so I like to see it flex. Let's get these put in, boys.
I just want to give a bit of a disclaimer for anyone that sees me using 1/2" stuff to do spark plugs. Yes, realistically it's the wrong size ratchet, because if you tighten them up too tight you'll snap the plug. So I know this already, so that's why I literally do it by hand and then I just nip them. You can get an actual spark plug ratchet itself which clicks, you know, on the newton meters that are like 15 or 20, so you don't need much at all for spark plugs. So do it up by hand and then nip. Don't go whoa and use all your man effort, because you'll just snap your plug, or you'll never get it back out again. Either or. So they're in. Time to put the coil pack back on, and then it's just a case of doing the oil filter and topping it up with oil. As you can see, there is the oil filter housing, which has a lovely 32mm nut on it. Now bear in mind it's made of plastic, so it could be brittle, and here I am with a 1/2" rigging ratchet on it, but she is tight. There we go. I like them when they're nice and easy to get to, like this one. Take that off and take it out by hand. Might potentially drop some oil, so just need to be a little bit careful when it decides it wants to come. Don't know if you can hear that on camera, but it's let more the gravity of that coming out, if that makes sense, has allowed more oil to come out. I can hear it dripping into the pan. So you can see it's quite battered, used and abused, this filter. So it's definitely been in there 2 years. Like with all things, when we do a service we need to compare the before and afters, otherwise how would you know any different? So there is our new one. There's our very dirty old one. Let's get a rag. Pull that one out. I'm just going to stick that straight in that box. It's still quite caked in oil. So we also get a new seal, which will replace this one here, which is quite, it was moving and it was quite saggy. We get a flat blade and flip. So flat blade underneath the old one in the box. Quickly clean up around the edge. New oil seal in the bottom groove. You can see in the very bottom groove, that's where it's supposed to go. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of fresh oil, run that around there. Lots of fresh oil all around that seal. And pop your new one, it clicks in place, and put it back in the car. Then it's just a case of topping it up.
and trying to get it in the hole.
So it's actually the day after I started doing this. Camera died. That was that, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. So I put the oil filter back in. Initially it pops into the housing and the cap goes on and screws in hand tight, and then underneath there somewhere I've actually put the bolt back in. I'm not that tired. So yeah, so I've done the sump bolt, I put the filter in, topped it up with 4.5 litres worth of oil, fired it up, and the thing to remember when you fire it up once you've done a service, you need to make sure the oil pressure light goes out. If it stays on after more than 5 seconds, turn it off, check your oil level. This was absolutely fine. Still have a noisy chain, but it's not as noisy. But just to demonstrate, I shall fire it up for you. And this also proves that the service is done. Very warm in here. There we go. It's a lot quieter than it was. Like loads quieter than it was. It's louder because it's in the air as well at the moment, so it's echoing a bit. But it's loads quieter than it was, and then when I rev it and lift the revs up, the knocking stops on the chain. Revs absolutely fine. See? Absolutely fine. Right, so that's the service concluded on the Corsa. I'll put the prices up as I'm talking because I don't really remember exactly what they were. It's something like, it's roughly $7.50 for the filter and for the oil filter. I don't know the air filter. Plugs were 16 somewhere, oil was 20 somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, the prices will come across the bottom, and then I'll end up with the total somewhere around here of what we've spent so far. I'll have a total, that's what I'll do. Luke, remember this in the editing. Bluudys, remember this in the editing. I'll have a total here, for the price of the service, and then the new total here that we've spent so far on the car. So I have a couple of things left planned for this car. One will be my version of a wash and a clean. I'm not going to use the word detail because I don't detail, with the finishing touches. We need to look at the engine management light and the lambda sensor. That's one of the videos we need to do. We've also got to look at this manifold cat because of the stud, and even though it's not blowing, you guys want me to have a look at it. Fine, it's not a problem. I do think there's a blow, but I think it's coming from the lambda sensor, but I could be wrong. You guys saw earlier on in this video that it didn't look quite right, so I'll do that, that's not a problem. I've ordered a little mod that I'm going to do just for you guys that want to do the mod, but I won't be selling it with it on, because I think it doesn't need it. But I'm not going to give that away yet until I've got it and I've fitted it. And obviously you guys can see the video. And the handbrake is very loose, so I'm going to look at adjusting the handbrake as well in another video for you guys, for all you guys at home that can do it. Other than that, I still like five more videos to do, but we're getting there, guys. We're getting ready. Once them 5 videos are done and she's tidy and she's clean, she'll be up for sale. We'll get it swapped, we'll get it sold, and we'll see what the next project is. I'd happily have another Corsa, I'd have another Astra, an Astra Mark 4, like a Savage Garage. We shall see. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I will see you very soon in the next one. Thank you very much.